Top 10 sketchy Meghan Markle moments that shocked the public. Number 10, abrasive. Meghan was accused of abrasive behavior towards staff members and diplomats, according to a explosive royal biography. Looking back at the Sussexes' visit to Sydney, Australia, where they received an amazing reception, Tom Bower writes, Meghan was allegedly abrasive towards her 4 female staff and even towards local British diplomats. It's no secret that Meghan has a fiery spirit and doesn't shy away from speaking her mind, but according to that biography, it seems like she may have taken things a bit too far. Maybe she was just trying to fit in with the Aussies and their notoriously blunt communication style. We'll never know for sure. Meghan definitely knows how to make a splash and get people talking, whether it's through her fashion choices, humanitarian work, or even just her strong personality. She always manages to grab headlines and keep us on our toes. And let's be real, isn't that what being a royal is about? Number 9, drama. Leading up to the Oprah interview, the Times reported accusations that Meghan mistreated her palace aides and staff prior to the 2020 exit. Looks like the royal drama just keeps on giving. Just when we thought things couldn't get more interesting, the Times drops a bombshell and Meghan and her supposed mistreatment. The Times drops a bombshell about Meghan and her supposed mistreatment of palace aides and staff. Now, we don't know about you, but mistreatment is a pretty strong word. Did she make them work overtime, forget to say please and thank you? Or did she pull a full-on Devil Wears Prada move and throw her cell phone at someone's head? Either way, it seems like Meghan may have not been the most popular boss in the palace. Either way, one thing's for sure, this royal drama is far from over. We can't wait to see what other juicy tidbits will be revealed, you know, as life goes on, because there always is news on the royals, and we're always here to tell you about it. In the meantime, let's just grab some popcorn and sit back to watch this royal roller coaster unfold, because let's be real, who doesn't love a little bit of drama in their lives? Number 8, Mockery. Now, as many know, there is a scene in the series that shows Meghan doing an overly dramatic take of the royal curtsy she was to do when she was meeting the Queen. As she's laughing it up, Harry, yeah, look at his reaction. But let's be honest, when you're marrying into the royal family, there are some things that you need to get used to, like curtsying and bowing to your in-laws. Let's be real, who wouldn't want to curtsy or bow before Queen Elizabeth? She was the longest reigning monarch in British history and had been a beloved figure for over 6 decades. Plus, she always looked so regal and elegant in her colorful outfits and iconic hats. Number 7, lying. After the Oprah interview dropped back in 2021, the couple had been accused of prolific lying, with lies being told about racism amongst other things. People can't help but wonder what's the truth and what's being exaggerated. I mean, who hasn't told a lie in their life? Sure, the Sussexes have been accused of big lies, but we all know that little white lies are just as common. For instance, remember when you were younger and your parents would ask if you brushed your teeth before bed and you'd nod confidently even though you hadn't even picked up a toothbrush? Or how about those times you pretended to be busy just so you didn't have to go out with that one friend who always talks your ear off? Lies, lies, lies. They're everywhere. And while some may argue that lying is never justified, let's not forget the countless times it has saved us from awkward situations, or even worse, getting in trouble. Number 6, accusations. Meghan once denied the allegations that she was mistreating her staff, noting in a statement that she was saddened by the latest attack on her character. It doesn't help that Meghan's alleged treatment of staff has been documented in a handful of cringeworthy moments. From her demanding no one sit until she did, to her apparent refusal to curtsy for the Queen in 2018, sources even claimed the Duchess was anxious about meeting Her Majesty. When it comes to protocol and respect, Meghan certainly could have done better. In the end, it shows her royal exit may have had more to do with attitude than anything else. But Meghan's behavior isn't all cringeworthy. From her work on gender equality to her commitment to charity, there is also plenty of evidence that she used her platform for good and even earned the approval of Prince Harry. In the end, it's hard to deny that on some level, Meghan did shake things up in a way the royal family had never seen before. Number 5, ditching friends for royal status. Is she? A former friend and colleague who said Meghan ghosted her was Gina Nelthorpe Crown, who found the future Duchess to be hugely charismatic when they first met in 2014. Nelthorpe Crown said that when Meghan started to become famous, she stopped returning calls and texts and eventually blocked her on social media. The former friend also added that Meghan had a pattern of discarding her relationships with the people who helped her get to where she is today. This could be seen as a lack of appreciation for those who helped Meghan get to where she is, and it's almost like she forgot her roots, which some may find cringeworthy, especially since as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan has used her platform to promote values such as kindness and compassion. It looks like Meg needs to remember where she came from and show her appreciation for those who helped propel her to fame. After all, they were the ones who helped get her to this point in the first place. On to number 4, not involved in Spare. Royal insiders told Heat that Meghan is left with regrets and wishes she was more hands-on or involved in the process of the tell-all book. Meghan can now see that whether it's fair or not, they are being viewed as these professional whiners, and it's not as simple as her distancing herself because she has to be seen as fully supportive of Harry. She's now regretting that she wasn't more hands-on or involved when he was putting his book together, they added. This theory that she micromanaged what he wrote or had any say in the manuscript is totally wrong. It was Harry's book and she let him get on with it. The same went for his interviews and promo tours. That was evidenced by the fact that she let him do those by himself and made a point not to interfere. Harry's long-awaited memoir was all about what people wanted to see behind the cameras, from growing up as a royal to the fallout from leaving with Meghan. It was dubbed the fastest-selling nonfiction book of all time by the Guinness World Records, according to Forbes, and it's only the beginning of his book contract. Number 3, after effects of the memoir. From headlines to word of mouth, we all think we know Harry and Meghan's true story, but there's one book that takes longtime royal fans even more in depth, revealing stories about the couple we only thought we knew. Finding Freedom, Harry and Meghan details the couple's romance, wedding, birth of their first child, and their decision to take a step back from royal duties. Authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Dunrad take us far beyond the picture-perfect moments to the tough decisions this couple had to make in order to preserve their relationship and happiness. With that book, longtime royal fans may learn more about Harry and Meghan's new path outside the royal family. Now, frustrated, Meghan is said to blame the damning royal revelations in Harry's Spare memoir for the couple's plunging popularity. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were on a roll until the book came out at the start of the year. It detailed a physical scrap with William and saw Harry brand Queen Camilla as dangerous. At the time, it was reported that Meghan had reservations about the book, and now a source close to the couple has told Heat she is kicking herself for not being more hands-on. After the humiliating cancellation of the couple's Spotify podcast contract and rumors of a lucrative deal with Dior falling flat, she appears to be placing the blame squarely at her husband's feet for going after his family the way that he did. Number 2, playing victim. Harry's newly formed and deeply damaging anti-royal beliefs are being peddled by Meghan, according to some people. Tom Bauer once said that he brands the American very clever and added, "Don't think for a moment that she's not convincing quite a lot of people that somehow she was thrown to the wolves," which he believes to be completely untrue. It appears that Meghan is a master of playing the victim card whenever she's faced with criticism. She often finds an excuse to blame her struggles on something else instead of taking responsibility for making any mistakes she may have made. For example, when discussing stepping back from royal duties, Markle pointed fingers at the royal family and claimed that they wouldn't have been able to provide her with the same level of support she had before. The irony is that Markle has often cited the importance of taking responsibility for your own actions and choices in previous interviews, even going as far as saying the only way to move forward is to take control of our lives and start taking action from a place of responsibility. Markle's tendency to play the victim isn't limited to her royal life either. She has been known to use this tactic in her previous acting career as well, such as when she described the sexism and racism she faced while auditioning for roles in Hollywood. Number 1, not caring to learn about the royal life. Within an interview with Oprah, Meghan claimed she knew nothing about the life she was set to live with the love of her life, Prince Harry. According to a well-placed source, That was a blatant lie. Harry and William's private secretary at the time had created an organized folder with information and contracts to help Meghan in this transition into royal life, but clearly she didn't care to learn any of it, and on top of that, accused the palace of not directing her through this journey. It's okay not to know things, but lying about it isn't the best way to go. This cringeworthy moment was embarrassing for all of us watching. We feel your pain, Harry. Luckily for Meghan, an abundance of resources are available now that can help any newbie find the royal footing. All it takes is a bit of commitment and dedication to learn how to be a princess.